Welcome back to the show. Avatar Legends, the fighting game. You have my undivided attention. Please tell me all about how you work. Get Big Sis in the building. So, I don't think we need an intro. Let's go to work.
Avatar Legends, the fighting game, is a four-button fighter, with each button completely unique in its own
Okay, four button fighter. Okay, I'm with you. So, let me see. We are in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm gonna take a guess. We got we got a light, medium, heavy attack and a special button because I really don't think you really need to get that overly cryptic with an avatar fighting game. If you keep it simple with just button to control specials, because you know what I'm saying, because you're trying to get everybody in, and I really don't think this game is going to be too with the overcomplicatedness. But we still have to remember, and stuff we've already watched, we're still assuming this game has assists. So I'm assuming there's a fifth button possibly, because unless you're going to be combining buttons of you're pressing light attack, medium attack, or heavy attack to do other options like summoning assist or other gameplay mechanics that we don't know about. But that's just my hypothesis of what this could be, and I'm just sitting there just like, well, yes, I would like to play Power Rangers right now. Yeah, yeah, I remember Blade Strangers. Y'all remember that game? Cause I do. You know what I'm saying? I remember Blade Strangers. So look, it's fine. Well, actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, the Godfather Blaze Blue, and also Tatsunoko versus Capcom. But you know, don't worry about games. I'm just randomly saying because I want you to go play them. Back to trailer, please.
purpose. Each of the buttons will do something different whether you're standing, crouching, or in the air.
Okay.
The A button is usually your quick
I told ya. See, yeah, again, like it's not that hard to be like, well, we need simple fighting game for licensed property. Let's remember, not in this instance, but in other ones, Fifth of the North Star and Sengoku Basara Cross died, so all of your things could live. You should go play Persona 4 Arena because you know you should. Ultimax. Persona 4 the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. People get weird when I say it's for a government name. You know, we're here. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up, and I'm gonna let the trailer talk. Continue.
quickest attack, easily countering slower ones.
Mm-hmm.
The B button tends to be slightly stronger with more range.
Uh huh.
The C button is your heavy attack that will do massive damage. And the flow button by itself goes into the flow stance, which automatically guards all incoming attacks.
Really?
The flow button with directional inputs provides unique movement options that can be used for evasion, counterattacks, and more. For
Okay.
Aang, his flow moves represent his ability to weave and maneuver in a variety of ways on the ground and in the air. Knowing when and where to use each of these moves is the key to victory. As Aang once said, the past can be a great teacher. Sign up for the closed alpha test now, and don't forget to wishlist Avatar Legends, the fighting game, on Steam. Wishlist.
Okay.
His unique move.
Okay. So, that D button we were looking for. Drink, please. Yeah. Got that good work. It's a lime in there. Don't worry about that. So, that D button, because you know we made a Blaze Blue reference a while back. So this is not exactly a drive button. Um, Nah, we're not gonna talk about Central Fiction right now and how the DLC never goes on sale in America. Y'all don't want to hear that. Anyway, so this is a defensive button. Well, not a defensive button exactly, but a lot of your options are here. I am trying to think of a game that does this. I am trying to think of a game that where you have a button that is literally nothing but movement option. Oh, I know, Arcana Heart. So yeah, I've mentioned Arcana Heart in a video today. Plus 100 to me. So this this flow stance button, for the intent and purposes of me trying to figure out how this game works, is literally the homing button. I'm fine with thinking about it in that sense. That the flow stance button for me is homing in Arcana Heart, because explaining Arcana Heart to people. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Some good beer wine. Anyway, in Arcana Heart, words, because again, I have to land the Arcana Heart homing button plane. Let me. In Arcana Heart, the homing button is a big part of the nucleus in understanding every character's movement. Or in this instance, because I want to properly speak about it, every maiden's movement, because all the characters in the games are called maidens, just lore dumping and shit, is, think about it like this. At round start, you can press a button that immediately puts you right next to your opponent. That is an option you have at round start. That's an option you have at any point, at any time. The homing button is a legal button for you to press in order to either start offense, put it in your opponent's head you're starting offense when you're really not, and starting offense. That's what that button does. It puts you in whatever position you think your maiden needs to be in for your best shot at your turn. I see the flow stance button being a lot of that. Because, again, let them run.
Guards.
I love that C is a heavy. I love that. And hold on. Actually, let me see that again.
Stronger with more
range.
See.
Hold up.
The C button is your heavy attack that will do massive damage.
Oh. Charging C's get you guard, because that looked like a guard break to me. Even though World Ruiner wasn't blocking OG, just watch it. Just hold on. Just look.
More range.
Just look.
The C button is your heavy attack that will do massive damage.
Here it is. Yeah, see, Aang charged that. That was a second of charge. So it was saying that these buttons in their configuration have multiple options in what to do with them. So in a case you can hold C and get a guard break, which in case leads into this wall splat of World Ruiner over here in the corner there. So there is a lot, even with this, there is a lot for you to work with knowing that information. And I literally just got off track about talking about homing dashes and Arcana Heart to charging C's, but hey, we're here with this. Do what you do, right? So, for the hood, let's review. So, light attacks. Given what Aang does, and I won't play it again because I want to hear myself talk so you can hear me talk, is I'm assuming we are, and this is assumptions because I haven't seen nothing, is that we are talking rising chains here. That I'm assuming that you can do an ABC into something. That you do ABC special attacks, just basic ABC combo string, because it's a fighting game in the year of our Lord 2025. ABC special thing, right? Some characters are probably going to be able to start offense from this button. I don't know if Aang is one of those characters given the moves we've seen him do. But given it, he got a big stick and he carries that thing. This is going to be a great poke button for him. Because I'm glad it stopped right here. Because see, John Madden in the building. No, because we need to get John Madden in the hold. Is John Madden in the building? Because I don't think John Madden in the building, but we finna get John Madden in the building. Because, you know, I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. John Madden should be in the building. Yeah, John Madden in the building. What's up, John Madden? Do you see this? Like, I'm going to put John Madden right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a hitbox. Because, see, Aang is going to be able to do a whole lot of work with this button. Because, you see, there's about I would say, this is about a character length between World Ruiner and this hitbox here. So, Aang is going to be able to do a lot of poking with this because this covers on the ground this much space. And even give him, because hold up, do they show a crouching attack for him?
More range is usually your quickest
hold
attack,
up.
easily countering slower ones. The B button tends to be slightly stronger with more range.
Okay, so give him, because run C real quick.
The C button is your heavy attack that will do massive damage.
Okay, so, that's great. That's what I want to see. Rewind, please. Because, hold up. Because hold up, that was from the crouching stance? That was from him crouching? Hold up.
Damage.
Okay,
stronger
wait a minute.
More range.
Let it run.
The C button is your heavy.
See, Aang is gonna be a monster in the beginning of this game's meta. Literally. Aang is going to be a monster. Do you see? Get John Madden in here. Do you see, again, welcome to Hitbox. Because he is an airbender. This extends his hitbox. Congrats. That's one hell of an anti-air. So, Aang is literally being allowed to control that much space in his sphere of influence. This is a fucking hitbox. Like, the only thing that will stop that from being a menace tool is when they literally make him eat a couple of frames of startup when they finally balance it. See, in the beta, people gonna be getting hit by this a lot. You gonna think it's a good idea while Aang whiffing normals, and then you just gonna jump up, shut up, bitch, click, and you gonna get hit with one of these. And then there's gonna be a whole lot of teaching your opponent, please don't jump in on me, because I got this. You see this? You see John Madden? You see this? This is Aang's sphere of influence. This crouching C, because fuck your life. Because see, you jumping on him, you finna catch you's a nail. Because see, you not jumping in on this man. Again, we looked at that crouch B. We looked at that crouch B and how much, like literally, that the hitbox is only a character length between where Korra was standing versus where she could have been hit by it. If Aang inched ever closer in the nooch, as they call it in the streets, and just inched over like maybe a couple of pixels, problem button. And then when you sitting up here clocking their legs, and then they sit up here, I'm gonna jump. Shut up. Aang is going to be a menace. A menace to society, as one would call it, because this is crazy. Back to action.
Attack that will do massive damage.
Wait, hold.
More range. The C button is your heavy attack that will do massive damage.
What in the hell is this? What kind of button do you see? Boy, Boomy little cousin a menace. Boomy little cousin a menace, bro. Look at this. Do you see the tempo of this right here? Do you see this? Boomy little cousin a menace, bro. Oh my Jesus. What are these buttons? seen a button this good in a fighting game in years. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a button this good in recent memory, because there are games where you can do things. Aang pressed the C button and he is covering what? Here's World Ruiner, and right under there, he is literally covering 3 character lengths with a button. The last character I can think about that I want to highlight who could control that much space in a fighting game is Yukimura and Sengoku Basara Cross. Because of the way Sengoku Basara Cross worked, Yukimura could damn near start offense from the other side of the screen because that hitbox was that ignorant. This is levels of dumb, and I love it, but you know they're going to nerf it. Aang can't be able to control this much space. Do you like Korra literally, like, think about it like this, because I'm here and I'm finna take another drink of the wine here. Listen, see, this is a problem. Again, like I said and like I screamed, Boomy little cousin gonna be a problem. He a problem, cause this is a problem button. This a problem. Like, the thing that I was thinking about is we don't know nothing about minimum jump height, because I sat up here and was kind of like hyper viper beam, because I just love thinking about cable, right? However, this has nothing to do with that, but it does because of not of the air hyper viper beam part, but because of how low cable can be to the ground to literally get off an air hyper viper beam. So the question is right now, because it's important, because I'm thinking about Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes and how low you can do a normal, like, I'm gonna zoom in. You see this? In Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes, you can be this low off the ground, do a fucking air normal. We talking like what? Backstep Hiyori shit in KOF? Like, you're literally off the ground after a backstep. That's how low you can be off the ground. Imagine, if you will, in my best Dusty Roads, this normal being able to be done so low off the ground that Aang can just immediately jump and press C, and you literally clipping people in their knees. Like, give him that. We'll say Korra is probably a little taller than probably will probably be like the medium height for characters that might be in the game, because I'm thinking of the Zahirs of the world, or things, or the Zahir and the Kavaras of the world here, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about them because Zahir a tall dude. You feel me? Kuvira, yeah, that's tall cake. Not right now. Again, imagine, again, if you will, that Aang get dead low off the ground and he hitting you and he clacking you with a C, just hitting, either clacking your knees or clacking your midsection. And you got, and it's like, because again, this, get John Madden right there, this is literally the tip of the hitbox. Not only is Aang giving you nothing but pressure, but because again, we're talking about height, because again, Korra a bit taller than Aang is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sokka, I think, might be right up there with Korra, and I'm like, because Zuko probably idle stands because he is a firebender and he is the honor man, that might be a little different, right? Again, though, if minimum jump height is not a thing we're thinking about, I ain't gonna be jumping in the air pressing C clacking knees in midsections. And it's just gonna be pressure, 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 pressure. And then that one time he don't, while you sitting there looking stupid, he hit you with that charge C and you get that wall bounce and he right back on offense. Because now we get to go back into, there's a homing button in this game because Arcana Heart, my dude, and he right up on you. And you can't go. Look, again, the imaginations I got about this button are running wild. I don't care. This is levels. And I'm here for all the smoke. So, Drake, please. You may continue.
Damage. And the flow button by itself goes into the flow stance, which automatically guards all incoming attacks.
Okay. I'm glad we run these things back. That's why we science. This has to be tied to a meter. And I'm hoping that even though the meter will fill up fast, that there is some cooldown in once you run out of meter. Because it ain't no way you holding a button and you sitting up here like you Neo the One. Ain't no game for to sit up here and let you, without being able to can properly balance the mechanic of, hello Morpheus, I'm just dodging things and then I can get back on offense now. There has to be some risk reward because again, we talked about the homing button. The homing button is a wonderful button, but there are consequences. Number one, there's startup on homing, at least in Arcana Heart 3. There is startup on homing that you don't immediately just go wee into somebody. No. Your maiden has to lift up off the ground first. Go into a starting exclamation, then wee, right? There has to be some balance to this because you just can't be sitting up here holding a button. Like again, like I said, like Neo the One, believe it, and then sit up here and clack fools. Gotta be a meter for it. It's gotta be a meter for it. And again, and as we saw, we're running back.
Guards all incoming attacks. The
So-
floor button with directional inputs provides unique movement options that can be used for evasion, counterattacks, and more.
So yeah. Given that it's the movement button, there has to be some balance in here somewhere. That if, let me, hold on. Because I'm cooking. When I literally saw that, y'all want to know the first thing that jumped into my brain? Gekito ninjatizing and substitutions. You're like, huh? Yeah, I'm like, huh? Yeah. Gekito ninjatizing. Because, see, that game had 7 video games plus the side ones that kind of did things in America, call it what you want, about ultimately understanding how important substitutions are to offense. Hell, we could talk about the burst and super climax heroes and all that, but I think keeping it merely substitution works a little bit better versus what guard bursts are in super climax heroes, right? Again, substitutions for a very long time were tied to meter until they were ultimately separated in EX, right? Again, given that you can enter the matrix like Neo the One, believe it, you can do that. You can. It can't be you hold the button and you doing this while you still are able to use the button for movement options. Again, and we talked about the movement option is most like in basic understanding for me to use the homing button in Arcana Heart. That it's your everything button, but there has to be like some degrading consequence to constant use of it when you're using it in a defensive manner, some kind of cool down. I'm like, look, brain, you with me? Okay, fine. Brain wants to extend a thought to you. Teleports in Budokai 3. Yeah, teleports in Budokai 3. Because you can have a meter, but as you sit up here and you press back and X, back and X, back and X, you getting tired. And then you're gonna be meteor time, bitch! Uppercut, and then you eating 50% of damage if you fail the minigame. So, just things I'm thinking about, but yeah. There are a lot of things that you can attribute it to games to think about because again, bet ain't came out yet. We don't know. I'm just basing this off of a year or two of playing a fighting game, and we're talking about a fighting game, you see. So, again, there's a lot here to think about how this works and how you would balance such of what is looking like a very powerful tool. Drink. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm loving what this game is doing right now. Like Boomy little cousin clowning though. I'm just like, given what we done seen from Aang gonna be a monster. I'm just like, I really think that, you know what? Let it play, bring it back to me, and then I want y'all to see my face and we'll discuss it. How about that?
For Aang, his flow moves represent his ability to weave and maneuver in a variety of ways on the ground and in the
Home
air.
it button, I told you.
Knowing when and where to use each of these moves is the key to victory. As Aang once said, the past can be a great teacher. Sign up for the closed alpha test now, and don't forget to wishlist Avatar Legends, the fighting game, on Steam. Wishlist said, the past can be a great teacher. Sign up for the closed alpha test now, and don't forget
Get
to
hit with that
wishlist
overhead,
Avatar Legends,
girl.
the fighting game, on Steam.
Ooh, excuse me. You may properly bring it back to me. So, I need a second because I watched that cool ass combo of all the stuff we literally watched and we learned about discussing the what and how, the what you can do. As you saw, this game has a very great basic combo system of understanding light, medium, heavies, handle your business. Again, I shouted them out, and again, shout out to Power Rangers because I need more Battle for the Grid. Why we don't get it, I don't know. I'm gonna take a drink. That's good. Anyway, I'm liking what I see. I am. I'm liking what I see. And this game has what it takes to be a fighting game that people can enjoy. I'm like, y'all want to get into like the extracurricular activities of it? Nah. You just need a good fighting game to enjoy. And I'm like, and again, I'm going to say this because I'm saying this before we get up out of here. There are a whole bunch of games that I mentioned that what this game does remind me of, and these are games you should be getting your hands on. Again, brain with me. One game I did not say, but now I'm going to not infer that you keep a watch out for when it come out on Steam is Damon Bride. Please. Like, I've been waiting 84 years for that, for you to legally be able to play Damon Bride. So be watching out for that because it's Arcana Heart little cousin. So a lot of the basic minutia that makes up Arcana Heart makes up what Damon Bride ultimately became an additional game, because the original Damon Bride and Damon Bride additional game, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the literal jump from Street Fighter 2 to Super Turbo. Like, it is that leaps about that it makes those enough changes to be a game you have to think about very, very differently. So you should definitely be watching out for that. I need to go check on and see what's going on with that Aquaposit port. I really do, because we'll do that. Just hold up. Note to self: check on Aquaposit port. Period. Cool. Give me a second, because I was trying to think. I had that thought. I'm like, I'm gonna wait until the commercial. Then I got distracted because my brain is is. I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say. Coming up with a blank. Not gonna worry about it. And then as soon as I start the video, man, I wanted to say that shit. And be like, you should have said that shit. Point valid. Let me see. I'm gonna give myself one more second. I'm gonna think about it. One more second. Let me see. I'm trying to think like where it's like, cause I'm trying to think if I was trying to like, excuse me, like I was trying to name, but I think like I majorly like name dropped games you should be looking at when it comes to this in relation. Here's a game. Here are two games in non-relation to this that I'm just going to name drop: Million Author Arcana Blood and Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition. Yeah, we name dropping shit. I'm just gonna name drop it. Yeah, I need to play some more of that, and then we can talk about some Blade Arcus, whatever. Yummy. I think we good. I think, man, I'm like, I didn't come here to make epic, but Unc make epic. So I do what I does. Regardless of that, plenty of more show for you amazing, awesome, and beautiful entities out there. You know me, I'm your Uncle Triple, baby. The one and only Triple, the G.O.D. It's your boy, Chemo V2, baby. And you know what? Chemo. Suave. And you know I am hinting into the 62,784th power. Just in case your ass forgot. The dream, the nightmare, the legend, your everything. MLK, baby. Here, Martin Lordship, Ken Ulation, 627. Now my name, bitch. You know what it is. Yo, this looking dope. And we still got the support trailer to go take a look at. So who knows how much I'm gonna be talking about assists. So expect a lot of talk about a game I really love. It's called the King of Fighters 2000. Cause I love the King of Fighters 2000. Now you know. Again, was there anything else I wanted to immediately say? Any other fighting games I immediately wanted to name drop in this instance? Rising Thunder, cause fuck 2XKO. For my own personal reasons and nothing that the game did. And also when them Jinx skins coming back to Fortnite, my nigga. Stuff. Okay, I think we're good. Look. That's you come back here, come fuck with your fam live right here on Team GRF TV. And we've got plenty more show for you. Amazing and awesome and beautiful entity in that view. And we've got that right after these commercial messages. No. All about to like do the whole Avatar intro, you know what I'm saying? The Fire Nation attacked and honor and tea houses and cabbages. Don't worry about that. Seriously, we got plenty more show for y'all. And we got it right after these commercial messages.